Alright, what's good, my brothers? This video is going to be about how you can exploit prop firms. I haven't seen anybody make a video like similar to this, so this is going to be like the mathematics behind a prop firm, EV, all the calculations between all sorts of win rates. And for this example, I'll explain it here. I'm going to be using a top step. Let me make this white. Top step 50K, no daily loss limit account. But you could use this for every single account. The ones that I recommend are no consistency on funded. I know I spelled that shit wrong, but just fucking avoid it. So like a good accounts for this would be Lucid Flex, Top Step, Alpha Premiums. Any daily payout accounts, which would be Tradeify, Select, Daily, TPT, Pro, Top 1 Futures also has daily accounts, and My Funny Futures Rapid accounts, which is what I have right now. But all of these accounts are super good. I think, I know My Funny Futures also has My Funny Futures Flex accounts, and in no way this is not promoting prop firm goods. I'm not affiliated with a single one of these firms, actually. To be honest, actually I'm affiliated with Top 1 Futures and Alpha Futures, but I don't even know what my codes are for those anymore. So don't use my code. Use whatever the biggest discount on their codes are. The My Funny Futures Flex accounts. I'm trying to think if there's any more accounts. Oh, Tradeify? I don't know. That's the ones off the top of my head. So these accounts are going to be the ones that we're utilizing. No consistency on fundeds. We'd like to have 50% consistency on eval, but I know some of these have 40% as well. I know TPT has 40%. Tradeify has 40%. And the Alpha Premiums have 50%, I think, and the rest of them have 50%. So that's that. So these are accounts I recommend. So how we're going to be abusing this is the fact that with no daily loss limit, we can risk the entire drawdown, right? So first trade on eval, right? First trade on eval. We're going to risk the entire drawdown. Risk entire $2,000 drawdown to make $1,500 or $1,500 or $2,000, or not $2,000, $1,200, depending on if it's 40% consistency or not. And then okay, so let's just go through the probabilities of that. Let me look at my cloud charts that it made me. Okay, so make probability for first trade to win with a 50% consistent, or 50% win rate. This is just with a 50% rate. I'm going to start with 50% win rate. So 50% win rate, I can do this in my head. The odds are 50%, obviously. So you either fail the account. Let me actually do this here. Let me do this. 50% win rate. So first outcome is going to be either, hold up, I'm so bad at fucking doing drawings. Either fail the account, or you're going to half pass / get this shit off my screen, bro, or 1,500 / 1,200. Cool. Ideally, we're going to use the 50% consistency evals. Obviously, I know, like, if you want to do like max allo, you're going to have to use the 40% consistencies. But this is what I'm going to use for the example. I'm going to delete the 1,200 one. Alright. So now This one, you failed the account, whatever. Now we're gonna risk it again. So the outcome here is also a 50% win rate. You're gonna either pass account. Where's this? 3,000. Fuck. I can't even see the keys on my keyboard, bro. This shit's kind of cooked. Or you fail the account. And either way, you either start over in these phases. And I'm gonna say, for example, the top step, no daily loss limit, $95 for the eval. So this one, $95. Alright. What's the probability of passing this account? 25% if you calculate this. 25%. The odds that you fail the account on the first one is going to be 50% here, 50% here. So the odds that we get to the passed account is 25%. Cool. We spent $95 on an eval. Say, with these probabilities, you pass 1 in 4. 1 out of 4 evals passed. Cool. Now we have a funded account. Funded account. Alright, now what we're going to do with the funded account, we're going to risk the entire drawdown again. You either fail the account, which is 50%, let's say. And for the funded account, we're actually going to go for a 1.5 RR on this one. Here, or you make $3,000. 50% chance. 50% is a 50% rate. You could even change it to 45%. It doesn't change the outcome. It barely changes the EV at all. Now, after you make the 3,000, the only outcome realistically here, as long as you're not literally retarded, you get a $4,000 payout, or $2,000 payout, which is the max on these accounts. Right? So, what are the odds of getting to this place? Well, it's going to be 12.5%, I think. I might be wrong here. Let me check Claude. Yeah, 12.5%. So, with this 12.5% odds, we can divide 3,000, or it'd be 2,000 divided by, or times 12.5. What does that give us? Let me do 3,000, no, 2,000 divided, or times 12.5, or no, 0.125. That gives us a positive EV of 250. So every 4 accounts, your EV is going to be 250, right? So this is just basic structure with a 50% win rate. Basic ass shit. Cool. You can screenshot this if you want. Cool. So say you do this on 5 accounts, you're copy trading 5 accounts. Your EV per 5 accounts is going to be 250 times 5, which is going to be 1,250. And this is not including variation, by the way. This is just mathematical probabilities using a 50% win rate, which is a coin flip strategy, if you think about it at the end of the day. Really easy to get a 51 to 55% win rate, if not 60 to 70, with this RR. And that's what makes prop firms so fucking goated. I'm going to delete all this. So, back to Claude. We can switch the win rate. So, what is the win rate going to be? 55%, 16.6% chance. So now we can divide 2,000 times 0.161 or 6. Now you have a $332 EV per. Wait, what did it say? 332. Bro. 332 positive EV per account. Multiply that by 5 is going to be, I don't even know, times 5. You're going to be at 1660. That's per 5 accounts. Now, where it gets really fun is going to be variation, right? Obviously, you know, we go on win streaks, we go on losing streaks. The great thing about prop firms, right? When you go on losing streaks, say that you hit variation and you blow 8 accounts in a row. 95 times 8. 95 times 8 is $760. Spent on 8 cycles. All you need is one account to take a payout to wipe all of this off, right? And if you are seriously like unprofitable, I wouldn't recommend doing this because it's just kind of like a, well, if you're unprofitable, I recommend doing this. If you don't have the capital, I don't recommend doing this, obviously, because you could go into serious drawdown with the variation, obviously, but this is the strategy that I use to pass evals. I risked $2,000 to make half the account. And with this risk, over my back testing, I have a 70% win rate. Let's say. What's the probability of passing an account with this? 35%. So 1 in 3 accounts basically pass. And that's on the lower end, honestly. With this RR, with the A+ setup, you'll pass the account probably 40 to 45% of the time without variation. Now, you get on the funded and 1 in 3, and then you have a 50% chance to, let's change it back to 50%, when you get on the funded, risk 2,000 to make 3,000. Boom. Alright. Then you either fail or you take $3 or you take $2,000 payout. Perfect. And this is not even including taking more payouts. Like once you take this $2,000 payout, if you have a $4,000 balance, you have $2,000 again. You just take 5 more winning days, which leads to you taking another $1,500 payout. So that's giving you $3,500. That's saying without even another one. So then you're at $1,500. Then you can take a 1K payout or a 1.2K payout. Boom! You just made $3,700, basically $5,000 on one funded account. And realistically, you're passing 1 in 3. Then you have 50%, so you do 0.35 times 0.5. You have a 17.5% chance. And this is if you just literally take the first $3,000 trade and then just get 15 winning days. Or it'd be 14 winning days. And if you divide 4,900 times, what was it, 0.175, 857.5 EV per account. And if you change this to 5 accounts times 5, 4,287.5. That's your EV. I hope this shit just puts it into perspective, because this is the method that I've talked about with many people. I don't see anybody post about this, but this is the method that 99% of the people that you see taking big ass payouts, they're using this method, right? And it's so broken. You don't even have to be profitable when you're using prop firms. That's what makes it so easy. You could have a 40% win rate and have a positive EV on prop firms, as long as you have the right risk. And obviously, if you're just getting into trading, obviously just do the normal sizing, get into trading, figure out what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys hope this puts something into perspective for you guys. Once you start getting payouts, like using your actual strategy or whatever, and you start building capital, this is the easiest way to just scale up using mathematics, using prop firms. And yeah, I recommend using this before prop firms patch this shit, because they're gonna fucking I don't know. This is the easiest way to rinse them. And yeah, just use this shit, boys.